What's up, YouTubers? And happy Tuesday, Cryptonairz. You know what time it is. It's time for Around the Clock, our daily crypto news channel where we give you trends, tips, and crypto tricks. I hope that everybody's having a wonderful Tuesday. I am coming to you from a remote location. Yeah, so I took the show on the road. Honestly, no, my wife's 100-year-old aunt, bless her heart, she recently passed away. So didn't plan this trip, but you got to do what you got to do to support family. I hope that my life is as blessed as hers. She had her right mind up until the end. She could have a intelligent conversation with you, super sharp lady, and I absolutely loved her, and she will be missed. So hey, Sean, how you doing?
Hey, Sean.
And thanks, Sean, for always being here. You are the best. We appreciate your support. Let me run the banner also, because sometimes I forget to do that. If you guys ever want to join our Discord, you can join by going to Cryptonairz.com and using our Summer 40 for 40% off any level subscription. That's going to be running. I'm not for sure how much longer that's going to be running, but take advantage while you can. Sean's in the chat, and he can attest to how great our crypto Discord is. You can chat with myself or Allie there about almost any subject you like. If you're new to crypto, it's a great space to be in and to learn in and to grow in, and we'd love to have you as part of our family. So come on down. Go to Cryptonairz.com and join our Discord. So I got some news for you guys, of course, but as usual, I do want to take a look at the markets. I was like blown away that, we had a really great weekend. We had this crazy Sunday where things were like going up, and up some more. And then this week, Monday, it was, started off pretty red. Today was not like super great, surprisingly. But, there's still a lot of hype in crypto land, still a lot of people saying that, this is the rally and that we're still seeing the beginning of the bull run, especially as it relates to altcoins. So we can see here that BTC is at 47,786. It's down from its recent all-time high of over 50,000. Ethereum still over 3,000, still holding strong at that $3,000 mark, 3,165, up 5.3% for the week. ADA taking a little bit of a tumble, not very much, at $2.72. It was almost at $3, but it's very, very close. Still riding on that news that they're going to start their smart contract rally around September 12th or so. BNB sitting at 470.72, up 17.3% for the week. XRP still holding over $1.14. We'll look at a few more of our other favorites. DOT at 25.05. Sol at 70.37 from its almost all-time high of $80 last week. So yeah, stuff is red, but it's taken a bit of a tumble, but not really far. So we will see. We hope that Bitcoin can hold that support and continue to stay at least over 45,000. So we will see what we will see, you guys. Got a little bit of legislation news for you that I'm going to pull up to share. And most of our legislation news has been, pretty positive. Let's see if this is any different. There it is on Yahoo News from CoinDesk. State of Crypto, the latest on Congress crypto tax provision. This article basically says that the House of Representatives is finally taking up the Senate's bipartisan infrastructure bill. If the bill passes, it seems increasingly likely that the original crypto tax provision will pass with it. So that one, this article, not quite as hopeful, even though we have reported to you guys some other articles actually yesterday where they talked about the crypto world actually kind of coming together, pooling their funds, getting together advocates and lobbyists all the stuff that they really should have had in place from the beginning. As the money was coming in, I really wish that they'd had the foresight to build their political power along with their coffers, but that didn't happen. But they're doing it now. So hopefully this won't be too late. This news that, as reported here, isn't the best, or it isn't the most positive thing. But there's still hope. We did also report here yesterday, there was a news article that said that at least 80,000 of us contacted our representatives. So that's a strong voice. We need to continue to do so up until the very time that the House votes on this bill. If you're not sure how to do that, please leave us a comment. We will answer you back or give you a link where you can make that happen. So let's continue to band together and continue to represent for crypto. So we will see what we will see. It is cutting its summer recess short because we thought that the House was not going to be back until like September the 20th. So it looks like they're coming back before that because of the importance of this bill. So we want to make sure that we continue to keep the pressure up, keep calling your representative, writing letters, whatever it is you do, stalking them on Twitter. But make sure that you are letting your voice be heard in any shape, form, or fashion, that you can do that intelligently. So yeah, that's coming up again. So that is the legislation news. Any commentary on that, or any thoughts on that, or are you still in your wait and see mode?
Yeah, I don't know. That article isn't the most positive, like you said. I do have some concerns, but there's really, besides contacting representatives, there's nothing we can do right now but wait and see. The best thing we can do is to contact our reps. That's it. And just hope
This article,
that
yeah, you're right. 100.
they make the right decision.
Yes, amen, sister. This article really segues into what Allie was just saying. In the article reads, bankers issue seismic warning Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Cardano, and XRP could replace the dollar in just 5 years as the crypto price adds 1 trillion. So the crypto market has gotten to, we know, at 2 trillion. So this has been a concern. It's like the shot that has been heard around the world. Crypto is the shot that has been heard around the world. And I feel like these bankers who already have very strong lobbyist and advocacy political power in place, as we know, who already have a lot of these politicians in their pockets, as we know, are concerned. And this particular article says that these statements of the seismic warning came from actual bankers. So there is concern. I don't know if they're going to try to beat us or join us. I really don't know. I'm really concerned. Initially, there was a lot of, let's try to get them, everything banned. Let's, make all this legislation that's going to be negative, yada, yada, yada. So the fact that this is coming from bankers, let me read a statement here that I was quite, they kind of just summed it up. When the Bitcoin price last night broke above 50,000 per Bitcoin since the first time in May, and helped the market climb to over 2.1 trillion, up from 1.1 trillion in July. Ahead of the latest Bitcoin and crypto price surge, a poll of mostly banking executives found most think Bitcoin and digital assets could replace fiat currencies like the US dollar within 5 to 10 years, a shift described as seismic. So that is the news from the banking world. I think that kind of says it all. We'll see which way that breaks for us in terms of them saying, because as we know, and we've also read and seen other reports, banks have been gathering cryptocurrency or making it available to their richest clients, or, secretly or under the cover of night, trying to get into the crypto sphere. So it could bode well for us or not. So again, that's another wait and see. This is another article. This should not come as a surprise for anyone who's been in the space a while, we all have heard the name Michael Saylor as it relates to Bitcoin if you've been in the space for a while. But here's a guy who definitely does not do anything under the cover of dark as it relates to Bitcoin. The company has now accumulated 108,992 Bitcoin, purchased for just over 2.9 billion. So Michael Saylor, obviously a big name in the Bitcoin, especially as it relates to Bitcoin. I wouldn't call him a maximalist at all, but he definitely has faith in the narrative of crypto moving forward, and he's doubling down, buying even more. So you guys, I think, again, this bodes well. He's continuing to try to woo big companies and big industry into this space using Bitcoin as the siren that's seducing everyone to come on in. And we will see how successful he is, but he obviously has faith in the Bitcoin narrative, and again, buying even more. I actually like Michael Saylor. I think he's pretty cool. Okay, so this next news, guys, we actually had a talk about this too this past week. I cannot play this video for you. I would love to, but when I go back and I look at our replays and I play a video, there's a horrible echo, and I'm working with our streaming service to try to get that resolved. I may end up having to go to headphones, which I hate wearing because they make my ears sweat. But whatever it takes. But this video, if you get a chance to see it, CNBC's reporter Shepard Smith actually interviewed this couple. But I'm going to show you an article that's related to this video. But basically what happened is this couple had $168,000, just like a lot of us. They saw the opportunity with crypto. They got into crypto and started to hodl and accumulate. And they had their Coinbase wallets hacked. They had accumulated $168,000. Can you imagine amassing $168,000 and then one day waking up to find that your account balance is under 600? And then calling Coinbase, trying to get help. And many of us have experienced this, maybe not on this scale in terms of being hacked, but just asking them for any assistance, period. And we talked about this a little bit last night, and a little bit, it comes up from time to time about how these exchanges make millions and millions of dollars and just do such a horrible job with their customer service. And I understand, that it's highly technical. I understand that a lot of mistakes that people make are just due to human error. I get that. But there should be some recourse for people, especially when we're talking about this amount of money. Even if exchanges begin to offer some kind of insurance that you can pay for that will cover you up to a certain amount of money. But most people have said that, I think they had said that there were a number of complaints from dating back to 2016, at least 11,000 is what I read. I think that number is correct. Of folks who complained and said, look, the customer service is terrible. I had a problem where I lost money or large amounts of money and I couldn't get anybody on the phone. It was only emails, and even the email responses were extremely, extremely slow. So, and Coinbase is not the only exchange guilty of this. It is not. You could call Binance, crypto.com.
You can't call anyone.
No, yeah, you're right. You can't call. What I'm trying to say is you can try to contact. You can try to contact these exchanges, and you're going to be SOL. I mean, you're going to get a email response if you get that, and if you get it, then they're going to tell you that they'll get back to you in days or sometimes even weeks. And it's really shameful for the amount of money that they're making, and or rate. I mean, those fees, Coinbase fees, is not cheap. They're not.
No.
So, this is what I'm talking about when we talked about regulation, and we want regulators to look at things like this. If you want to actually protect investors, then, make sure these exchanges have reliable and actual competent customer service, so that when people have issues like this poor couple, And Coinbase, who has commented on everything, they were so visible during the fact when they were doing their IPO, they were going public. Brian Armstrong's face was everywhere. Every time they're doing something that they want, the public to know that's positive, but they could not be reached to comment about, what's going on with their customer service and why they had all of these complaints, except to say, and I think the article might make mention of this, hold on, that the company actually just grew so much from like 2018 to 2020. They had like 40 million people. Now they have like 68 million people. And that they basically were not able to keep up with the growth. So I'm sorry, that's just not good enough. It's just not. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. They went public in April. They have more than 68 million users now in 100 plus countries. Okay, so all of that is also represents money. And a lot of their money, as has been broken down before, comes from fees that they get from us. So, they need to have as much investment in the customer as we have in this company, them and all the other exchanges that we use and that we pay these fees for. But that's the family right there. The account had risen to 168,000 in April. And when the hack occurred, according to the statements, now the amount was wiped out with only $587 left the next day. So, there are unfortunately some very unscrupulous characters in the crypto world. And they got this family. And Coinbase said that we're not going to refund their money because the third party was at fault. It wasn't Coinbase's fault, according to them. And apparently, they said to the family, there's no credible or supportable evidence that the compromise of your login credentials was the fault of Coinbase. So we're not able to reimburse you, but here's a $200 credit. So that's what they did. So maybe this was a SIM swapping issue that may have happened. According to them. So, I really feel for them. But they should hear a better answer than, what, we're not so sorry, too bad, so sad. There has to be something so that if these regulators are looking at places they can actually help investors, start by getting us some protections like banks have, with insurance of some type. But, I really feel for them. Yeah, big loss.
There was also a massive hack with AT&T and T-Mobile. So if you do not have security lockdown on your phone, I would just make sure you have two-factor authentication, that with like Google Authenticator, or I think there's another one, Authy. There's plenty of ways to beef up the security on your phone. If you must have one of these apps on your phone, like maybe just have an old phone that you don't use for anything else, that never leaves your house type of thing, that no longer has a phone number connected to it. You just got to be really careful. A SIM swap is one of my biggest fears in crypto, because like, how are you ever going to know until it's too late?
I had a phone that was broken, and those places that I broke my screen. And the places that you go to and you can get the screen fixed. And I was like, I'm just going to live with this broken screen, because I honestly don't want my phone out of my sight, because if people get your phone and you have your, you do some crypto business on there, unfortunately, there's just some unscrupulous characters that are techno savvy. And if your phone is out of your sight, unless I'm like sitting there staring at them while they're fixing my phone, we're going to do a show, guys. We're going to do a show just on tips to keep your crypto safe. That's going to be like the focus of the show. And that's going to come up here pretty recently, because if you're a newbie, you just really need to know. And one of the ways that these characters, a big way they get it, and what might have happened to this family, is exactly that. You take your phone somewhere because you're having a technical issue, or you need some help, or you're even switching phones or upgrading, and your SIM card gets swapped, and the information there is copied and used to steal your crypto and any other private information or financial information. And it's sad, but it happens. And this poor family was apparently a victim of something like this. And there's so many scammers out there now. I just saw in a video, and our channel's not even that big yet. We have like 350 subscribers. By the way, if you haven't subscribed and you're watching this, please make sure you do. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers this month if we can, and we can do that with your help. But even in the comments of a little channel like ours is right now, I've seen people like actually leaving those numbers talking about call Mr. Rolfo at some weird, what is that?
WhatsApp.
That WhatsApp. And they're even posting, I had to like put, scammers down in the comment, like don't respond to anybody that you do not know. We're not going to be contacting you or saying that there's anybody in our that we know that's going to help you on WhatsApp. That's a pure scam. So just be careful, use your common sense. Don't trust anybody. It's better to be overly cautious than just, not cautious enough. So yeah, that's that news. And I really hope that they're getting some bad press now that they will fix. They said that they have some things in place. They're looking for a live chat to come later this year and live telephone. So we will see. Coinbase, we're watching. So that's that news. There was another article. This is a follow-up to one that we shared on that heist of I believe it was
Japanese exchange.
Japanese, yes. The company was called Liquid. So there's a little bit of a follow-up article. Let me share that. We all, know what happened with the Polygon heist. All of that money was returned. And this is another one. Crypto gangster still more than 15,000 Ethereum. That's a lot of money, you guys, from Liquid Exchange. And basically, they put together a series of tweets. This is the Liquid Global official notice, which we did read to you in a previous news day. But they basically have called on all of the exchanges to kind of come together and work together to stop these kinds of hacks from happening and making sure that these people do not have access to funds that they have stolen or to be able to cash them out or do whatever, that everybody work together and, freeze these wallets, freeze these accounts, don't allow these people to cash the stuff out. And it can only happen if all of the exchanges are kind of on the same page and start working together. And hopefully, again, I don't know what kind of protection. Allison will be back. I don't know what kind of protection this is going to afford actual investors. But I hope that, again, we have to do something. We have to do something like FDIC. Something has to happen. And that's the kind of regulation that we need in the space. Not that other nonsense, just trying to take all of the gains that we have made and keep people, poor. We're not interested in that. But if they want to work with us to assist and support us in working with the exchanges to get us our monies insured or crypto gains insured in some way, that would be a good thing. But yeah, this is unfortunately seems to be more of the norm than the exception. It is just really, really scary that it can happen so easy. Hey, Lou, shout out. Welcome.
Hey, Lou.
So let's see.
It's not just happening to customers or clients. It's also happening to projects. I don't know if you saw last week what happened with Sentinel. Did you see that on Hotbit?
I did read something about it.
Yeah. Hotbit. I'm sorry. It was not Hotbit. It was Hit BTC. Sorry. I need to clarify. It was Hit BTC. They had exposed the Sentinel's mnemonic phrase, and that resulted. And you can even see it on Etherscan. Excuse me, Mint Scan. Sorry. It resulted in what is the number? Like something like 40 million tokens being stolen from users. That is, and they are accepting no responsibility for it, despite the fact that
For
you can
exposing their
clearly,
mnemonic phrase.
yeah, you can very
Something that the
clearly,
like newest newbie in crypto knows not to do, and this is an exchange that did that.
yeah,
Unreal.
it is, yeah, and
Let
that's
me
a
read.
smaller project too. So
Yeah. I'm going to read this quote. I finally found it because I think it's important to share. And this is a Liquid Exchange had this to say: the ingenuity of bad actors seeking to breach the security systems of exchanges and trading platforms will not abate. It is therefore imperative that we work together as an industry with all exchanges remaining in a perpetual state of vigilance against such threats. While safeguarding of customer funds is, of course, an exchange's number one priority, holders of cryptocurrencies should take all steps necessary to ensure that their funds are safe. These include ensuring that they have a cold wallet, just like you said, Allie, two-factor authentication, notification messages for when funds are withdrawn, and avoid public Wi-Fi at all costs. So, all of those things vitally important to keeping your crypto safe. So that is that news. And now, as usual, let's get to the good stuff. Let's talk a little bit about the metaverse. Now that we've talked about hacks and people having their crypto stolen and the bad news on legislation.
it looks like Corey has. Oh, okay.
Girl, I pressed the wrong button. I did. Look,
I was
this
like,
is
oh
this
no.
is gonna be the disappearing episode, you guys, for sure. Oh my god! Like, I'm not in my home environment. I'm like
Travel woes.
Okay, so this is a article on the metaverse. Where is she? And again, I share these with you guys because this, again, not financial advice, but my personal opinion and the opinion of other people who have lots of money is that the best way to make gains is definitely through diversification. So that means not only looking at what crypto can offer, because at one point in time I was only looking at stocks, and then when I got into crypto I was like, well, there's only crypto. But now I'm very aware that there's still opportunity in stocks, and there is still opportunity in crypto, and there are other financial opportunities out there. There are all kinds of financial opportunities for gains in crypto as well. There's nodes, there's staking, so there's all these different things, but diversification is the name of the game. And again, it's all about making your money work for you. But this particular company, Infinite Canvas, has raised $2.8 million for a metaverse creator group modeled after esports teams. So, follow the money, guys. $2.8 million for an esports kind of a gaming network. And looking at these companies like Infinite Canvas, do they have a ticker on the NASDAQ? And this article says, with the promise of an interconnected virtual world coming into focus, Infinite Canvas is looking to apply to the metaverse lessons learned in the esports boom. So we know that metaverse is a hot buzzword right now, and that a lot of celebrities, including athletes and sporting folks, are getting into the metaverse, and everything's kind of headed in that direction. Everything's getting digitalized, including esports. So they're working on making it.
Esports is massive.
It is massive. And there are quite a few cryptos, guys, that are esports based. So look into those, like Chile's, I believe. Am I saying that right? Chile's, CHLIC is one of those that's based on it. I know B-Pro is another cryptocurrency that's looking at gaming, gambling, and esports. So, check those things out because they're very big in the real world and now getting into the metaverse. Here's another one that does have a ticker. It's called WIMI. I think I'm pronouncing that right, or it could be WIMI. But you guys judge for yourself. And this is WIMI or WIMI announces the establishment of the holographic metaverse division. So this is another company going big or going home, laying out the metaverse underlying holographic technology. So all of this stuff, there has to be a foundation for all of this stuff to exist. And this company, which is on the NASDAQ, and their call letters are WIMI, a leading holographic artificial reality application technology provider in China, today announced the establishment of the holographic metaverse division to develop the underlying metaverse holographic technology and explore next-gen internet. So I think this is absolutely exciting. Again, just seeing the direction that things are taking. Always follow the money, and see where it's going. See what the opportunities are. Be an early mover and investor in the space. Research these companies and find out what's happening. What are they doing? And, they're starting to launch this stuff. A lot of times the entry points are very low. So, hint, hint, not financial advice, just what I'm doing. Let's see. We did that's pretty much it for the metaverse news for tonight. But I did want to share a couple of these like super expensive NFTs. And I know that you have some to share too, Allie, but I just wanted to show you.
Yeah.
Because I thought this was like hilariously funny about this Ether rock. And it says somebody just paid $1.3 million for a picture of a rock. And this is just like the same energy that we were talking about around the CryptoPunks and the copy paster crowd. That's like, look, you paid $157,000 for it. Look, I'm copying and pasting. I got one too.
Yeah.
Not like understanding the value or understanding what NFTs are all about, but like there's just this incredulity about like how can somebody pay $1.3 million for a picture of a rock. And then I think you shared with us these other NFTs that were literally called Gravel. And when you looked at those, they didn't look like much to look at, but they like were going for large amounts of ether. So a clip art of a rock, this is clip art, you guys, sold for 400 ether late Monday afternoon. The transaction marks the latest sale of Ether Rock, a brand of crypto collectibles that's been around since 2017. So did CryptoPunks was around since that time too, making it one of the oldest non-fungible token NFTs on the block. And apparently Justin's son spent $500,000 on one of these rocks. And Justin's son, if people don't know, is the creator of Tron and several other kinds of crypto. But yeah, obviously his pockets are deep, but he spent, $500,000 on one of these rocks. So
I think that a lot of these old projects from 2017 to 2018, I think that they are going to hold value moving forward. It's a historical thing. That's what I think. But yeah, some rocks. And actually yesterday someone dropped paper. It was yesterday or the day before. 100. Yeah, because the game rock, paper, scissors. Well, paper beats rock.
No way.
So I'm serious. I think it's called ether paper.
Wow. Okay.
And they weren't cheap. They were not
I'm
cheap.
sure.
It was very expensive.
I'm sure, guys. So so if those projects from 2017 are selling for millions, I'm really hoping that will transfer over to some of these projects that I've gotten into this year. Like if I hold on to those, Are they going to be worth millions, 4 years from now? It's possible. Anything's possible, right?
Yeah.
So what else have you got for us in the NFT universe tonight?
Did you want to talk about the fractionalized NFT that like exploded on Sunday?
Sure.
That
Let
was
me bring
one of
up
the
the picture. And Sean Webster says he cannot wait for a strong Polygon node to be live. Me, you, and me either, bruh. That's going to be fire right there.
That makes sense. I hope that this week we'll get some more details about that.
Let's hope so. Let's hope it's not as it doesn't drag, like the DVPN nodes stuff did. All right, let me find this. I'm just going to show you guys some pictures. There it is on OpenSea. And this is what because last night I showed you guys what one looked like that was not revealed. It was just basically a guitar pick that was spinning in space with an Ethereum, in the background. So these are some of the revealed what is it? Tools of Rock. So let's click on some of these, shall we? And these are
having troubles tonight, so
yeah,
it's been down multiple times all day.
Is it because of this particular project or just because?
No, just in general. I think it's the volume. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but this project, and Allie told us about this last night. Could you just give us a brief description of what this is for folks that didn't listen to us last night?
Sure. This is a project of, I think it's 8,500 NFTs that we see here. They look like this. This is volume 1, and it starts from like 1964, I think is the first year, to 1979. That'll be volume 1, and then they'll move into volume 2. There'll be an avatar project, and I think there's also a volume 3 covering more recent eras of music. And they are rated on rarity. There's music history, the frame, album artwork, guitar pick. If you have 3 of them, you can get their VIP pass or badge, which will look like a backstage pass, and the snapshot for that will be in roughly 2 weeks, they're saying. And if you get that, you're gonna have a lot of cool stuff coming your way. You will be getting airdropped some things. The backstage pass itself is the NFT, which they will airdrop that to you after the snapshot. You will have forever membership and like free attendance to the concert venue that they're going to be building in the metaverse. Originally, it was supposed to be in Sandbox, but maybe it will be in Decentraland. We're not really sure. On their Twitter Spaces the other night, the head of partnerships from Decentraland popped on stage. He had never heard of the project and was like, yeah, we need to talk. So we're not privy to that information just yet. Last night, Rarity Ratings and Rarity Sniper came out. And as you know, if you get a lot of NFTs, usually when that happens, the floor falls a bit. I saw some extreme sales because I don't think people really knew what they had. With this project in particular, you cannot take it at face value because there are some things that you need to research deep. And I do actually have that ready. So once you start digging into your tools of rock, we encourage you to start looking for connected traits. For instance, a Beatles album and Beatles rock history, or even more nuanced, does the date at the bottom of your frame coincide with the year that the album was released? How about lining up with the year of your rock history trait? These are even more rare, and they're difficult to be captured by rarity tools. But to the true rock fan, it will be important and will play a role in the collections. So if you're looking at getting in this project, I think it's one of those projects where you can't just go based on the ratings. there's a few more things involved besides just the ratings. Also, they're going to be doing a in the Avatar project, they'll be giving you your own like voxel to use. If they end up in Sandbox, obviously it'll be for Sandbox, but you'll have your own like 3D person that you can use, which I'm really excited about that because I do not have any people yet. Like I don't have an avatar for any metaverse. So it would be cool if I could get one that was connected to this project because I am a massive music fan. And last night, Corey, you managed to make your way into the Discord and it was like electric in there, right? Like it was going crazy. They were playing music. It was a lot of fun.
That's an understatement. It was like when the Wild Wild West, but like for real.
Yeah, the chat was going crazy. They should have turned on slow mode because there were far too many people.
They eventually did like I think like 3 or 5 minutes before the drop, they did turn on the slow mode because it was just so crazy in there. And you guys, I told you I would tell you what happened. I did try to mint this. I tried to mint it from the contract, and the gas was absolutely crazy. So the reason they waited till 10 p.m. Eastern time last night was they were thinking that the gas might be reasonable. And in the beginning, it really just wasn't. It was showing me like $1,100 in gas fees, trying to mint from the contract. Then I tried to mint on the site, and even with using like the fast speed, speeding up to pay the miners their due. Yeah. We really should just be Ethereum miners. Then neither one of us would ever have to work because that's who's making the real money.
You have to work with another miner. Yeah.
Freaking cleaning up. So yeah, even with paying them the most, bounty that I could pay, it was just still too many people, because at this point in time I think there were only like 14 or 1500 of these left that had not yet been minted. So I ended up quickly going on to OpenSea because the prices were still reasonable at the time. I see the floor has gone down a little because I actually saw some on there that were really reasonably priced. But honestly, guys, I did end up paying, including gas fees, I ended up paying $1,100 for mine to get one. But I think that it's going to be worth all the effort.
Yeah.
But right after the drop, the prices were like $2, $3, $4 for some of them. So I'm happy that I did get what I get when I got it. And if I see any more that's like, reasonably priced tonight, I'll be, stalking if I can get OpenSea to even come up, because you guys saw it didn't even stay up for the stream for us showing you what they look like because it just started to buffer. So it all depends.
Yeah, OpenSea's been having trouble all day. Just the sheer crushing volume, I think they're having a hard time keeping up. Every day more new projects are launching. It's really getting bananas over there.
This is what I'm saying, Allison, is that they're making all this money. They need to upgrade their servers or whatever it is that they need to do in order to keep up with the volume, because this is just unacceptable. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm not really paying OpenSea anything. I guess there are fees in there when you do a secondary transaction. And I know that they just raised a whole bunch of money, so I'm sure that they are working on it. The problem seems to have gotten worse in the past week or so, and then that's when you have these big sales, and it's in the news each day. So people that aren't in NFTs or haven't been are coming onto OpenSea just to check it out, just to look around, see what's going on there. It's probably adding to the congestion, but I do feel confident that they are working on that. It's their entire business model, so they're not gonna.
I hope so, because this NFT fever doesn't show any signs of slowing down anytime soon. So yeah, good luck, OpenSea.
In other NFT news, we have a lot of news actually, but I can go through it quickly. Where you live, do you have a Bob's Big Boy?
No,
It's like a
that
burger
used to
place.
be
Have you
like
heard of it?
I'm dating myself now, but it used to be Shoney's like long time ago.
Oh,
Yes.
did it?
Yeah.
We have
And
one in we have one where I live, and it's always been that for as long as I can remember. But they are having a drop of NFTs with Funko. Their packs, which I thought that was weird, but I did see it, so I thought I'd mention it. Um, then happy little hairdos. We discussed that yesterday. Uh,
I
the
got one.
pre-sale. You did? I'm
I
so
did.
so, did you see that the pre-sale did sell out? And the pre-sale reveal is tomorrow night. There's going to be a clubhouse. Uh, Jeez, I should put that up. Oh, I do have it open. I'm sorry. Um, there's going to be a clubhouse reveal party, and that will be at 8:30 Central Time. And there is a link to the clubhouse. I can post that in the comments because I'm looking at it on my phone. But we did it. We sold out of the FROMO 100. Consider yourself visionaries. I consider any success. This is from the artist JJ Weinberg. I consider any success I have as your success and cannot thank you all enough for your trust and excitement for this adventure that we're on. This is just the beginning. Let the FROMO begin. And to commemorate the FROMO 100, that's the first 100 NFTs from the pre-sale, and the release of the Netflix documentary, we're doing our reveal tomorrow at reveal party on Clubhouse at 8:30 p.m. So I thought that was exciting. And I actually did see some artists tweeting about it today. So I think maybe people are starting to hear about it. I think the issue was I just heard about it very early. I don't know how, but I did. Um, and then we had another huge CryptoPunk sale. Punk 7252 sold today for 5,332,000.
Oh my good.
Lonely
How much?
Aliens is
Wait a minute.
five
Wait a minute. I
million
need you to repeat that price again. It's what?
5,332,000. I would
OMG. I
like to
bet the
remind
people from
everyone that what?
those people from 2017 that sold their crypto punks early are probably kicking themselves right now.
Yeah, it's actually really interesting that you say that. I want to read a tweet regarding that another fellow NFT community member wrote and posted it last night. And amongst the community, I would say that it did go viral. I think that it's really important because of what you just said. Like, there's people and different situations and scenarios. We don't know why someone sells, 5 ETH to someone might feed an entire village in whatever country they live in for like a month.
Right.
It could pay someone's rent for a year. Everyone is selling for different reasons, and I really hope I have this in my bookmarks. I know that I did. It was just a really important sentiment. Basically, I can't find it, so I'm just going to go off memory. Oh, here it is. In light of the mania happening on art blocks today and lately, it's more important than ever to consider our own and others' mental health when interacting with one another. Huge sums of money are being exchanged, and it's not uncommon for people to shame, intentionally or not, those who may have sold a piece previously than what it sold for today, several times more. Please be considerate of how this type of interaction might affect others. Be kind to one another and look out for each other. This is an intense time, and we should celebrate it by lifting one another up with positivity and joy. If you become overwhelmed with the situation, start by giving yourself a break away from the scrolling and know that there are a number of resources available to help. And then it's just a slew of people in the comments just offering supportive messages up because yeah, I mean, someone, like you said, they might see that CryptoPunk sale and they might really be kicking themselves over it. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I sold. I could have all this money and it would change my life. And for some people, that could be a really traumatic thing. So I just wanted to mention that, like, if you are one of these people, please know, like, reach out to a friend, even to the community, tweet, and someone will see it. There'll be someone to talk to just to offer you some encouragement, and yeah, we just keep moving forward. That's a really tough. I can't imagine. I think CryptoPunks were free, and to go from free to $5 million is really wild. But that was
It
a really good
is. It
point that you
is
brought up.
indeed. It is indeed. But yeah, opportunity
Hey,
does knock more than once. It does, and
yes,
I'm
it
definitely
does. It
witnessing
does.
that. Shout out Robert Doyle. Hey.
Today, hi Rob. Today, my favorite club, the Lonely Alien Space Club, they have their first $200,000 sale. So
Woo!
that is huge. The sales bot is going off like almost every minute on Twitter.
Let me see
Excuse
if
me,
I can
volume
find
has really
a lonely alien on Twitter to
has
show the
really
folks.
picked up. We have 3.1 thousand ETH traded. Excuse me. And Lonely Aliens. And remember that I think that the floor is around 0.7 right now. And we have the drop of a planet for every alien that you own. And also, you will be getting a spaceship. So then there's some RSR news. I'm not sure if you heard that, Corey, for RSR and Axie Infinity. Did you hear about that?
Mm-mm. I've been
Okay,
traveling
as
all
we
day.
know, oh, that's right, I forgot. As we know, the people that would be using RSR potentially could be some people that would be making money and earning a living in like playing Axie Infinity. And today, Reserve posted a series of tweets saying, "We are very excited to announce that starting today, August 24th, Reserve users will be able to exchange the Axie Infinity Shard AXS and Smooth Love Potion SLP tokens of the Axie Infinity video game from the app. Transactions will be commission free and fee free in Ethereum when processed directly via Ronin, the official Axie Infinity wallet. A new era of opportunities begin for Rangers interested in taking their first steps in the play to earn world. In addition, we launched a scholarship program so that they can learn and win playing with Axie Infinity. Then it's just like the first 5 users residing in Venezuela that submit an application get to be on the scholarship team. And then applications are open till Friday at 7 p.m. That is a really big deal because the fees, someone might not be able to afford that. It doesn't seem like a lot of money to us, but again, like we just mentioned, everyone's living in different places around the world, and
So true.
this game is making a huge difference in people's lives. And to be able to trade fee free is like could be the difference between someone being able to play the game and not being able to play the game. And then to add a scholarship program on top of that is really awesome. So I commend Reserve for doing all that they can to help their users try to better their lives. They're going to be starting a campaign very soon. In fact, I'm already seeing bits of it on Twitter. I am using one of their images as my Twitter banner. Stable currency is a human right. I think we briefly touched base on that. So that's some
We
really
do.
exciting news for those people. And then just the last few things. We have Anna Mocha Brands partnered with Star Atlas, so that's a big deal. And the head of research at Grayscale bought into Degenerate Ape Academy. He tweeted today, David Grider, that he bought his first ape. The floor for apes is now 29 SOL. It was 13,
Soul.
so
Oh,
this
that's
is a
the
really
DJ.
big improvement. Yeah, 29. And then Solama's, that's like a pixelized PFP project on Solana. That floor went from 3 to 6 ETH in 2 days. And lastly, about DJ and Apes, their marketing is really kicking off, and they've had some really crafty tweets lately. Like the past 2 days, I've really liked them. But they tried to attract Paris Hilton to the academy by offering her a free ape, and I think that she accepted it. They posted a tweet and shared it today, and she's like the homecoming queen of the academy. I think something really big is cooking. Remember I told you that they're creating a student council? Like I'm very excited. Part of me wants to sell one of my apes to take advantage of what's happening right now. But the other part is like, well, maybe I should just wait and see what they're going to do. There's always that dilemma, what to do, what to do. And lastly, I just wanted to give a little reminder. Please be careful with your MetaMask. Do not screen share with anyone. I don't care who it is. If someone's trying to help you, do not share your screen. There's a flaw in MetaMask, and another content creator made a video last night that I happened to catch, and he lost. Sorry about my dog. He lost a bunch of NFTs and had all of the keys cleared out of his MetaMask wallet.
Wow.
He doesn't know how it happened, but he does know that there is a screen sharing thing going on. The flaw in MetaMask is that when you bring up the QR code, it also exposes a private key. So if someone gets that, well, we know what happens. So don't download any files. Do not screen share with anyone. Don't send anyone images of anything from your MetaMask. And just remember to always, keep your guard up. NFTs are so much fun. I love it so much, but you just have to remember, try not to get caught away in the fun and excitement of trading NFTs. And just remember, you have to keep security in the front of your mind, not just somewhere on the side floating around in the background. Just always remember, hey, this is a big deal. Security is important. I just wanted to give that little reminder.
As a kind of a follow-up to what we were just talking about, another country in the news that could benefit from adopting a cryptocurrency. So we just talked about this last night, guys, and I saw this article and I just had to share. Bitcoin adoption soars in Afghanistan after the country spirals into chaos. While Afghans cannot use crypto for daily purchases, they are using it as an inflation hedge. And that's kind of what Allie and I were talking about. What happens when these countries fall into chaos is usually their currency gets hyperinflated and then people can't even, buy basic necessities. So it seems like they have adopted this as a trend. And Google Trends show that the searches related to Bitcoin and crypto have peaked in Afghanistan as of July. And reportedly, they are becoming a leading country in Asia regarding crypto adoption. So especially more so after their country was taken over. So I did want to share that as a follow-up with you guys, because that is exactly what we were talking about last night, and seeing that is actually happening. And if it's helping people to get their basic necessities, or just to live and have life be a little easier for them, then bravo. That's exactly what I feel like the purpose of cryptocurrency should be. Which reminds me, before we leave, you said you had a little rant that you wanted to do last night. Do you feel like ranting tonight?
Sure. Okay. Before I do that, I forgot to mention Nifty Gateway has their Summer Slam. It's a secondary Summer Slam going on right now. It's for 3 days. You can read about it on Nifty Gateway and on Twitter. There are prizes for the top 150. It just says winners. I don't know how you get to be one of the top 150 winners, but yeah, you can read about that. There's a Medium post that Nifty Gateway put out as well. You can check that out on Twitter. Just head to Nifty Gateway itself. It goes from the 24th today at 1 p.m. until August 26th at 1 p.m. Rewards include exclusive Nifties made specifically for this event by major artists, a few sought after Nifties and physicals, and for the first time ever, Nifty Gateway merch. Okay, so my rant. I am tired of whales. Okay, I am really tired of whales. I'm not going to crap on anyone for being successful. That is awesome. Congratulations. Like, you've worked really hard, you deserve what you have, blah, blah, blah. But maybe just take a moment to remember that not everyone has your same means. Not everyone is working with the same capital. And there are people out here that work a full time. I mean, I might not be talking about myself, but maybe I'm talking about myself. There are people out here that are working a full time job, and then they come home and they're basically working a second full time job. That's researching, networking on Twitter, making connections, listening to clubhouses, joining Twitter spaces, talking, tweeting, reading articles, and browsing wallets for hours on end to discover, all in the hopes of discovering like that one or two projects where they can pick up something before it really blows up, in the hopes of changing their life. There is someone that I follow. I won't name this person because he's really awesome, and this isn't his fault. He's always trying to lift everyone up and share things that he happens to stumble across himself. When I first started following him, he only had 1,000 followers. He now has over 10,000. So the impact of him tweeting something like this now is more substantial. He had tweeted about a project that was like 0.001, and it was really awesome. It was one of these generative projects. No one was talking about it. He tweeted about it, and I was at work, so I can't be browsing NFTs and OpenSea all day while I'm at work. But by the time I saw it, which was roughly 20 minutes after he tweeted, the entire page had been sold out. And I'm not,
I hate it when that happens.
If you want to buy, if you're really wealthy, like, do you have to buy the whole page? Do you have to buy them all? There are other people that are trying to change their lives too. That's all I want to say. NFTs are quickly becoming a whales game. It's just that the rich are getting richer. And so that just means that we're going to have to work that much harder to do our research, be informed, look through wallets. And I really do recommend Twitter and these Twitter spaces and Clubhouse. And if you have any events where you live locally in your town for NFTs, why not go to them? You will meet more people, more connections, and you might make friends with the whale that might send you a text or give you a call like, hey, I stumbled across this. Maybe you want to pick a few up. I'm going to keep putting myself out there. I'm going to keep trying. And even though I'm really getting irritated with the whales, I'm not giving up, because that's probably what they want. They want to just buy everything. I don't think that they can help themselves sometimes. They're making investments and they're trying to make money like everyone else. So,
well, for Allie,
really been bothering me.
So. How much is enough? And unfortunately, there will always be people in the world for whom the answer is there's never enough. And it is it fair? It is not fair. Is it right? It ain't right. Unfortunately, you're right. It just behooves us to work as hard and do the research. And people, if you don't know, Allie drops some great NFT gems every night on this channel. So share the good news, share the love, so that other people can get in on this too. And that's all we can do is we try to support one another, get the word out as quickly and as early as we can. And that's all we can do, because there are people that it is never enough. No matter how much they have, they always want more, and they don't see the toxic capitalism involved in buying an entire page of NFTs and then these developers and the people who are over these projects, they also need to cap it. They have to cap it. I respect projects. Some projects do that. And there's a limit to how many people can mint, and they don't allow you to go back and do sets. So it also depends on these projects not being, greedy either, and giving everyone as fair share as they can. So we'll see.
Yeah. Again, I do want to make the point that I understand if you're a whale, like I understand.
I don't understand.
And you're trying to make money like everyone else. I do understand. But maybe just remember to leave something for the plebs, because We're trying to. That's all. Oh, and last thing I have to say for tonight, because we don't really have time to bring it up, but there is a crazy project out there. It's called Heaven's Computer. I think that's what it's called, Heaven's Computer.
Yeah, I
It
saw that
is
on Twitter.
wild. Just go and take a look at it. There are, I guess, they're fan videos. I don't know. Again, I told you before the stream, Corey, I was up at like 3 a.m. listening to a Twitter Spaces, and because I'm always trying to find out about something, try to get some alpha. I couldn't sleep, so I was listening, and while I'm listening, I'm scrolling Twitter, and I saw this video. I don't even know what was going on in it. It was like people were in the water, like they were being baptized, and then Help Me was coming across the screen, and all of the like ghosts, they were dancing. It was really something. So just go check that out, because I would be curious to hear. And I should mention that this project is by a solo female dev. So props to her for doing this and creating all this buzz around her project. It's cool. I don't know. It's weird and cool and weird. So
You guys check us out on Twitter. Our Cryptonairz @Cryptonairz is our Twitter handle for Cryptonairz. Our personal Twitter handles are down below the video in the description. Please hit us up. We'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to have you follow us, and we'll follow you back. In the meantime, you guys know what time it is. It's time for another episode of Around the Clock to come to its end, but we'll be back again with you. I will not be here tomorrow night. Are you going to be able to be here tomorrow night?
I'm going to try, yes.
Okay, so Allie's going to be solo, so please support her, guys, because I'm here for a service, as I mentioned, and I will be en route traveling back home, so I'm not going to be able to be on the air with you tomorrow night, but Allie will be here. Give her all the support and encouragement that you can, and I will see you guys again on Thursday night. Until tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Bye.